Hi, good morning guys, welcome to the video. So I'm just making some coffee right now, and I'm also just have made 3 fried eggs, a banana. I didn't make a banana, but I got the banana. And then I have some Greek yogurt with strawberries, so that's gonna be breakfast. Just waiting for the coffee to finish. Other than that, today is a very just typical day. We have training and then probably weights after training, and then just kind of chilling. It's like a Wednesday, so it's midweek, and then we have 2 games left of season. And also Sheldon Tweedy is here. He's just in the bathroom, so I'll get him on camera in a bit, talking about how his last trial went and all that stuff. So yeah, 7:45, about ready to leave in like 45 minutes for training. Welcome back to Tulsa. So talk about your trial. How'd it go out there?
It was good. I think I've performed well. I picked up an assist in the first... No, I think I picked up an assist in each week we played a game.
That's good.
So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. The last thing I did there was play a trial game, assisted, and played a big part in the other goal that we scored. And then we won 3-1. So it was a good performance. Played 28 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Haven't been cut yet, and it's literally... I can't be signed until November.
Yeah.
So...
And that's the league rule.
That's the league rule. I can't change that. There's nothing I can do. So I felt like I've left there doing everything I can, which is good. I haven't left going, man, I wish I did this or I wish I did that. I've gone, I put in some solid performances, and now we just wait.
Yeah. And how were you there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
It was about 3 weeks, I think. Nearly 3.
Okay. And yeah, so, and from like the third person perspective, because it's always hard to say how it went, because you're biased,
Yeah.
But from from what I've been hearing from you, from just like other people, and then also like from OPSM, is the coach liked you, and it's just kind of like he has another 4 weeks into 2 weeks, 3 weeks to kind of see if he wants you for November 1st.
So yeah, he'll, I assume, get in other trialists, and then November 1st he'll go, okay, I like this trialist, and then it's going to get to my name, and he's going to go yes or no.
Yeah.
So dude, it's like, that's the longest I've had to wait for something where it's like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not just banking on that opportunity.
Exactly. Like I was going to just say, you have other stuff lined up afterwards.
Heaps. Like I have all the way until like April.
Yeah, you were telling me that yesterday. You're like, I have this and then this and then this, and it's all kind of spaced out really well.
It's real, like it all works.
And that's like every preseason too. It's like off season for me is like, if I don't have a club, it's like, okay, well I got this in this month, this, and it's like forming. You're like forming like little interviews or like job stuff like lined up after.
So no, it's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm definitely prepared if I am not signed, and I'm prepared if I am signed.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you haven't said the team or the league anywhere yet, so
but
good.
People find out.
Yeah.
Some people know, man. I show one photo of something and they're like, yeah.
You show a picture of a Chipotle and people are like, that's a Chipotle on 71st and Broadway. You're like, what? Yeah. No.
Oh dear, but no.
That's good. That's good. So now you're here for a week.
Doing nothing,
and then just kind of waiting to see if you go back to Australia or go straight over to some other opportunity.
Yeah, let my buddy recover and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I said this in your vlog too, but even doing like the 2 to 3 weeks where you're at the trial and then leaving, because you could have stayed over there.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good decision because it puts pressure. If you're there, I've seen a lot of players get dragged along, and a lot of pros do that their first trial, their first year as a into the pro game. They just kind of stay and wait. And that gives all the power to the other person, because then they can see you, compare 100%. You, and leaving I think it's a good move.
And with my other opportunities coming up, we've told the coach about that, I think, and that puts a bit more pressure on him, going, we might miss out on him.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it is you got yourself in a really good situation.
But now just wait, man. Yeah. What? How many days? 21 days, 22 days.
And it might even be longer, because that's the earliest.
Well, I was told November to mid-November.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So welcome to the off-season with pro. Just waiting, just chilling and patience. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm going to eat now.
Nice.
So I'm headed off to training right now. It's really weird. I'm really trying to cherish these last, last 8 training sessions, last 2 weeks. Just because in off season, when you're by yourself training, it's never as much fun as you're in season. But of course, I'm like excited as well for off season to start and go home and to see my family and see Mimi and everything. But definitely a little bummed about season ending.
Get or leave it. Washed up, don't want you believe it. Tough love, you take it or leave it. Washed up, don't want you believe it. Tough love, you take it or leave it. You take it or leave it. Washed up, don't want to believe it. Tough love, you take it or leave it. Oh, baby, you were always on my mind. I've been thinking that we should be together. Oh, baby, you were always. Oh, baby, you were always.
Just back from training right now. Sheldon got some groceries. He's making shepherd's pie tonight, which I'm stoked about. Yeah, it was just another good training. Just waited just a few more days, and then we have a game against. Next one's against New Mexico, which is going to be really tough. And then our last game of the season is against Reno. So 2 tough opponents to finish out the season, and then we're done. So it's pretty crazy that things are wrapping up and everything. The last couple weeks is always the very like weird times. But I'm gonna take a nap right now. Are you gonna take? You never take naps, huh?
Nope, I gotta work.
You're just always working. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm tired, and then yeah, just probably make lunch and then have a pretty chill day. But actually, in this video too, what I'm gonna do is I have an Against All Odds podcast. I don't know if you guys already know this, but I have a podcast where I interview pros. I kind of just talk about soccer in general. But while I was interviewing all the pros from my team and just talking about their life stories, how they got to the pro level, I started asking them, how was it to sign your first pro contract? And every pro, there was like a trend about what they said. So later on in this video, I'll kind of show that. It's very interesting, and I'll talk more in depth about that. But it's nap time right now. Okay, so I'm just waking up from my nap right now. I have a cup of coffee. I'm about to work a little bit for this afternoon. But this year I've been putting a big emphasis on my sleep. So like every single night I'm getting at least 8 hours every single night, especially after game days, and then trying to get like a 45 to an hour long nap in the middle of the day. But anyway, about the title of this video. After filming the Against All Odds podcast almost every single week for this season and interviewing a ton of professional soccer players, I noticed this big pattern when everybody would talk about signing their very first pro contract. So I'm just gonna play the clips right now, and I'm sure you guys will recognize the same thing that I did. And how was finally, after all that, like you sat down, signed a contract, how was it?
It was definitely a relief.
Yeah. How'd it feel signing your first, because that's a pro contract, right?
I was relieved.
Felt like a weight had lifted off your shoulders almost.
Bro, really, I felt like I was carrying this huge like load. This huge load on my back, and just signing the contract, it was just like, like bro, finally, you know.
Great feeling, like I was just in my house alone. No one was there, and I was just smiling. Like I was like, "Wow, I really did it! Like it's gonna happen."
Did you feel like it was like finally like a cute relief?
100%. I was like so.
So it was kind of weird. I was feeling two different emotions. I was feeling content and just overwhelmed with joy that I'm gonna be a professional soccer player now. Something I've wanted since I was 4.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh wait, I haven't done anything yet.
Like months going by of not knowing, like in the dark, and then finally being like, he's sending the contract over today, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like finally.
Yeah, I was obviously so excited,
Yeah.
but I didn't really think of anything of it, you know.
Yeah.
It's just doing my thing, and I felt like I had worked so hard, and I felt like I was always deserving of it, you know.
Yeah.
For me, that was one of the moments where I sat back and I took a big fresh, breath of air, and I just sat back like, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of work, a lot of heartache, a lot of sacrifice, losses, everything. This led to this moment, and this is the beginning.
So after signing that first pro contract, every single person pretty much said that it was a weight off their shoulders, like a big deep breath, or they felt like a sense of relief. And I think the reason for that and why everybody has that same feeling is because it's never a surprise when you sign a pro contract. Very rarely are you just playing at an amateur low level and then all of a sudden, boom, a scout from Chelsea comes and says, here's your pro contract. It doesn't work like that all the time. It really is that you're fighting and performing at the semi-pro level for so many years or so many seasons, and then all of a sudden you're trying to push into the pro game, you're getting pro trial after pro trial after pro trial, and then finally after a long time, after many trials, you finally get offered that pro contract. Most people don't just go straight into their first pro contract, and if they do, they're very successful, and all power to them. But even then, I'm sure they're having that same sense of relief after a long trial process or a lot of nerves building up for a long time. And I think Sip and Mason really nailed it at the end, because once you sign the contract, you're just so focused already too on the next stage of, okay, now tomorrow I need to perform in training. I want to, become a starter for this team. So it's almost more like a big sense of relief that I finally got this contract, and then immediately transitions to, okay, what are the next things that I'm trying to go for? I'm trying to be a starter. I want to perform for this team. I want to push on even higher. So it's just interesting to see. And I'm sure for those of you who end up signing a pro contract that you will notice the exact same thing, but it's just something different, and I don't think it's very expected. And especially when I was going after the pro contract, I never thought that it would be such a sense of relief. I thought it would be more happiness, and it was happy for sure, but the overwhelming feeling was relief. Like I finally got what I've been working so hard for so long. So you were sitting right here when I filmed that, and you are right at that stage now. You've been pushing for a pro contract, for your first pro contract.
For 20 years.
Pretty much. Do you think that what I said and what all the other pros have said, do you think that feeling is going to make sense to you when you sign your first pro one?
I can see where they all come from with that sense of relief and a weight off your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I feel like it's going to be more than that. I feel like this is obviously I have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea what your reaction is going to be, but I feel like I'm going to be more excited than anything because this is a goal I've really had for so long, and I can't wait to the first person I'm going to tell is my dad.
Yeah.
And I'm more excited to see how he feels as well, and then excited for the future. So my feeling, I wouldn't really see relief, I guess, because relief kind of implies we've done it. But for me, it's yes, this is awesome. This is where I want to be.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I thought the same exact thing.
That's what I'm saying, because that's how I feel now. But when I sign it, I could just be well, finally.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it wasn't exciting, because it was incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I'm finally. But even I'm still even going back to it. I was still finally got the contract, and now it's excitement, and it was definitely excitement, but I just feel like it was just so okay, now I got training tomorrow.
So that's how I feel now. Ask me again when I sign.
That'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to hear. So I honestly don't know if there's a teaching moment about that as far as signing the first pro contract. I don't think there's anything that you should take away from that. I just thought it was really interesting, and I just thought it was a cool pattern that I saw, that the more and more pros I had described signing their first pro contracts and how they got to the pro level, we're just all saying the same exact thing. So I don't know if you guys like that, if you thought it helped you or whatever, just let me know. But now it's actually time to work. I've been working a lot, obviously, on just editing and doing the normal content, but also that the 3x3 program. I've been working a lot. I pretty much got the structure of the entire thing. The 3x3 program, if you guys don't know, is going to be a 12-week training program for the winter, where you can train and do a full body weight workout for 12 weeks. All you need is one ball and a 3x3 yards of space. So that can be in your basement, bedroom, living room, wherever, anywhere that you have 3x3 yards of space, you'll be able to do the entire program. So I'm really excited. I think it's going to be super useful for all the people that are, you know, in countries and places that they don't have access to a large goal or a big field. There's just no excuses. All you need is that little space and a ball. So working on that. The release should be around November, December time. That's what I'm thinking at least. And yeah, we'll see. But just working on that. I'll be working pretty much until dinner time now. Sheldon's cooking up dinner. What are you making?
Concentrating, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, I'm cooking up the shepherd's pie. We're just about ready for the mixture of the chicken stock with flour, which gives it that sort of brilliant glugginess, I like to call it. I'm quite the chef, I must say.
This is going to feed us for, how long do you think this will feed us for? 2 days?
Tonight. The way you eat.
That's true. But tons of meat. We got sweet potatoes going. And then you have some vegetables right here ready to go.
Yeah, heaps of stuff,
Looks
man.
good, bro. I appreciate it. I'm excited.
No worries. My pleasure.
So here we go. Here's dinner. Shepherd's pie, which is pretty much just a sweet potato with, this is like turkey, ground turkey. And then we have peas, carrots, and what else is in here? Flour, some chicken stock, right?
Yeah.
So pretty good.
Mushrooms as well.
Oh, mushrooms, yeah, as well.
Yeah.
So
The
awesome.
good mushrooms.
Huh? The good mushrooms? Oh. That was like a 14-year-old joke. So we're gonna eat this. What are we gonna watch on TV?
What are we gonna watch?
Yeah.
I reckon Big Mouth. I haven't seen it.
Okay, let's watch Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 o'clock at night. I'm just gonna pass out. Good day, just a normal, typical day, training and then working. And also, I hope you guys enjoyed the little podcast thing about all the pros signing their first pro contract. Just something that I thought would be kind of cool to share and kind of piece together for you guys. But yeah, like I said, I really don't know what you're gonna take from that, but I just thought it was interesting. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Just powering out these last few training sessions, the last couple games. Hopefully end on a really positive note. But yeah, just pretty standard. So if you guys liked the video, if you did, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright guys, peace.
Washed up